And the reasons for this dissolution of parliament is to counter the challenge on PM's leadership. So Odi, who is the PM who is out there, is a challenge to his leadership. Hi, so looking at business line editorial, topic is Nepal in turmoil. So of recently what has happened in Nepal is the Prime Minister KP Sharma Oli, he went about dissolving the lower houses parliament. Now, Nepal is very important for India because it's a neighboring country and it affects whatever happens in Nepal. Also, both China and India are somewhere trying to gain Nepal's favor because it's a very important border country. So the current prime minister, who is like KP Sharma Oli, is basically pro China. So there's always a tilt. So in Nepal, there are two broader perspectives. Though it's a majority Hindu country, there is a portion which is communist, which is supporting China, and there's a portion which is more pro India because of the Hindu majority country. Okay, so that's where it tilts, keeps on tilting as far as Nepal is concerned. The current prime minister KP Sharma favors China. So he has asked for dissolution of lower house of parliament because, and the president Vidya Devi Bhandari has also signed a cabinet, like he approved a cabinet recommendation. But still there is a case going on regarding this, so that still goes on. The fresh election is expected to be on April, May next year. Okay, and the reasons for this dissolution of parliament is to counter the challenge on PM's leadership. So Odi, who is the PM who is out there, is a challenge to his leadership. So there is a person, Pushpa Kamal Dahal Prachanda, who is more pro-India sort of thing. So he is trying to bring out no confidence motion against PM. Okay, and he is right now the co-chair with regards to Oli. Oli doesn't have a majority, so both together are ruling, governing the country. So in that case, currently Prachanda, who is there, is going against the Oli and bringing no confidence motion. So it not really pro India, but yes, it Oli is purely anti-India as far as concerned. So in order to prevent disciplinary proceeding against PM, he is resigning and dissolving the parliament. He's not resigning, but he's dissolving the whole parliament so that re-election can happen. Now, Oli, as I said, has approached China tilt. So when the problem happened between India and China, okay, he tried to redesign the whole nationalism, Nepal nationalism, on an anti-India pitch. So when he came to power, he came across based on the anti-India pitch. Also, when there was a conflict between China and India, when China intruded inside India, that time there was a conflict with Nepal also. So what had Nepal done? They had redone the borders. Some of the contested territory, they said that is a part of Nepal, and tried to pass in the parliament, okay, which created a conflict with India, and that was done by Oli, who is pro-China, right? He tried to also leverage anti-India sentiment for the border blockade in 2015. So predominantly is proactively anti-India. But India over past few months have done some outreach for Nepal. So the flight between India and Kathmandu, which had stopped, has resumed. Okay, there is now a railway line between Kathmandu and Roxal that is being built. Okay, that is being trying to be got. Also, we see an opportunity in all this. The opportunity is that there is a lot of protest against Oli in the Nepal. So Oli is anti-China, and a lot of protest in Nepal means it is more pro-India tilt that is happening as far as country goes. Any tilt towards democracy will help India, because any tilt towards communist will help China. So tilt towards democracy will definitely help India. It becomes more soft corner towards India. Remember, China is a representative of communist regime. India is a representative of democracy regime. If Nepal is more communist, then it tilts pro-China. If it's pro, democracy, it tilts more pro-India. Also, Nepal has a strong link for the anti-colonial rule. So BP Koirala, who was a strong leader in Nepal, he spent many years in prison with Jagjivan Ram and Rajendra Prasad. Right, so that means a strong link between India and Nepal, right from the freedom struggle days. Okay, and it also helps engagement in Nepal. So what is happening is China is trying to have control over, have strategic influence on Himalayas. So India is trying to counter it, And this whole problem with regards to Nepal could basically help India to have influence on China and net Himalayas. So that's what happens. So what is the author trying to say is, it's no point taking proactive view right now. Just wait and watch, and that is what is important. Now, this whole article that is given across is mainly to bring about the idea about how Nepal is positioned towards India. I mean, we feel that Nepal could be anti-India, but no, Nepal has also strong links with India. It basically depends on who is in power. Okay, sometimes depending on the person who's in power, he may tilt pro-India or anti-India based on it. Same with Sri Lanka. So in that case, the current prime minister, as I said, Oli, is anti-India and pro-China. But the new person who may come in could be democratic and could be pro-India on that aspect. And because it's a Hindu country, therefore there is more, soft corner towards India as far as Nepal is concerned. Okay, that could somewhere help India in the long run. Right? You can read the article out here. The link is provided to you. Important to know about the neighbors, what's happening, etc. Because they form a part of the overall economic sphere of India. Thank you.